Okay, Chapter 9, Dale's Stash. The kitchen is at the centre of the building, but down a flight of stairs as though it's in the basement. I hold the door while everyone piles in and takes one last look behind us, and I pull it quietly closed. "Food," says Chet, gleefully grabbing a baguette and some apples from a counter. "Weapons," Mac whoops, grabbing a rolling pin, a frying pan, and a potato masher. The rest of us do a perimeter of the room to find the fridge. At the very back, down another set of steps, is a huge metal door. "This must be it," I say. "I hope it's not full of dead bodies." Then, joke, when I see Katja and Adrian's horrified faces. It'd be a waste of good alien hosts to kill people. I pull the handle and heave the door open. The cold instantly blasts me in the face. It feels so good that I don't even care about the horrid smell of cold meat. Inside is a small room lined with shelves, holding giant tubs of butter. Well, not butter, but that cheap stuff that's supposed to taste the same as butter, but blatantly isn't. There are rows and rows of 2-litre bottles of milk, stacks of ham, piles of cucumbers and salad stuff, basically a ton of food. And it's awesomely, refreshingly cold. "Everybody in!" I check the door to make sure it opens from the inside as well as the outside, while they all rush into the room. This is fabulous. Adrienne presses her face to a shelf. Katja lies on the floor, stretching out across the fridge so that her fingertips touch one side and her toes touch the other. Chet sinks to his knees and tears into the baguette, alternating a mouthful of bread with a mouthful of apple. Then he opens a crate of butter and starts scooping it out with his fingers. You'd think he hadn't eaten for a week. I open a bottle of milk and tip my head, taking a huge mouthful, which I quickly spill all over Mac. "Gone off," he says. "Ugh, just a bit," I say. "I guess they've not been keeping their refrigerated supplies in order. That's a good sign. Hopefully they won't come in here." Adrienne's cheeks are pink in her pale face. The light in here is bright and stark, so every detail is illuminated. The short fuzz of Big Mac's blonde hair, a graze on Chet's arm that surprisingly I haven't heard him complain about even once, the sparkle in Katja's eyes, and a little nest of random belongings tucked behind jars of mayonnaise under the deepest shelf in the corner of the room. "What's that?" I say, walking over and moving the mayo out of the way. It looks like we aren't the only people to think this would be a good hiding place. There's a stack of papers, an iPad, and a dark red hoodie balled up at the back. I knew I'd need my hoodie. Chet grabs it and shakes it out. A wallet falls out of the pocket. Katja picks it up and opens it, pulling out the credit cards and a driver's license. "Oh gosh," she says. "Look, it's Dale." We stare at the cards she holds up. It's a National Union of Students, University of Nottingham ID card. Dale is smiling out at us, the same guy we saw earlier, just less bloody and mental. "Do you really think we're safe here?" Chet says. "Things didn't go so well for Dale." "We're not safe anywhere," I said. "But maybe we can find some things amongst this lot that will help us." "I wonder what happened to him," Katja says. "I hope he's all tucked up, nice and safe and sound in hospital, eating ice cream." "Everybody take a couple of pages and read," I say. "We don't know how much time we have here." Adrienne, Katja, Mac and I grab some sheets from the pile. Some of them are ripped out of textbooks, some have got diagrams drawn all over them, but most of them are handwritten notes, scribbles and things scrubbed out with strange comments written at funny angles. The room goes quiet except for the hum of the fridge and the sound of Chet's crunching through his apple. "There's a lot of stuff here about extraterrestrial matter," says Katja. "That means that things aren't from Earth, right? That's what it means, right? But what things exactly?" "Maybe the spores," I say. "But how would they have got here if they were extraterrestrial?" "Oh, I remember the leaflet. It said that the crater we're in, where the lake formed and the centre was built, was created when a meteor hit the Earth." Of course, Adrienne was paying attention when Hosh was reading the information, not like the rest of us. "A meteor from space," Chet says. So what if the spores Hosh mentioned were inside the meteor and were left behind in the crater when the meteor was cleared away? I'm getting excited as each piece of information fits with the next. Alien spores. Mac looks around at us. Alien spores. Mac looks around at us with a look on his face like it's the coolest thing ever. I skim through the rest of the notebook page. It says here that the spores are tiny, so small they can only be seen through a microscope. He must have managed to get a look at one because he's drawn a picture. Everyone squints at the diagram I'm holding. It looks like a cross between a dandelion seed and an angry squid. And this page says that they thrive in super hot conditions, says Katja. They're called extremophiles, Max says. My parents make me watch loads of documentaries, so I know about this stuff. That seems a bit weird. Mac's parents aren't even bothered whether he does his homework or not, but I guess they must have a value of some different kind. Do you think that when they started building the centre, the digging and stuff freed the spores? Chet's has finally put down his lunch/breakfast/ I don't even know what mealtime it is, and picked up some of Dale's papers to look at. And there's the heat wave. It hasn't been this hot for 100 years or something, says Mac. It hasn't been this hot since records began, Adrian corrects him. And it hasn't rained in weeks. So they like it hot and dry, which works with what we've seen so far. Them keeping away from anything cold and, whoa, the dam. They're trying to stop the river from flowing down into the crater. The tannoy system crackles on. Montmorency pupils, this is your assistant head speaking. It seems you ignored my instructions to stay in your rooms. That is unacceptable behavior. Those of you in hiding, I will give you another chance to come to me and surrender. Whatever that rogue group of naughty children have told you, believe me, it is in your best interest to do as you're told. And for the rest of you running around the centre causing mischief, let there be no doubt. I am in control of Crater Lake, and I will make you comply with my wishes. You have 15 minutes to come to the main office and give yourselves up, or there will be severe consequences. The clock is ticking. She sounds really mad, Katja says. What if she finds us? I've been thinking about that. I shoved Dale's notes in the pocket of his hoodie, ball it up, and squash it into my backpack. Surely we need to keep looking at those pages, Adrian says. Why are you putting them away? Because there's something else we need to do first to try to slow down Hosh and Digger. Do you remember where the security room is, Adrian? Of course, she sniffs. It's at the far end of the centre. Why? Well, we need to do something about the security cameras. With them all functioning, she can track us too easily. If we can turn them off, well, she'll be blind, won't she? Mac pulls his cap back on. Good thinking, mate. Let's go. It was getting too cold in here anyway, Katja says, retying her shoes. Ready then? I say. Let's go. As fast as we can.